Hi, I would like to take a few minutes and talk to you about the one of the first group benchmarks that you are going to have now that you have your group, and that is the prediction packet. So in math, we've been spending a lot of time thinking about scatter plots and lines of best fit and using that to make predictions. And then now this is how it connects to Bigfoot. So what you're going to do is you'll put your group members' names on here, and then I put the link to the BFRO website on here, and then it's also on It's Learning. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the BFRO website, and you need to choose what county or state that you would like to research for this project. So think back to what you've been learning in Ms. Minnick's class with the different regions. Think back to what sightings reports that you've read and researched, and you're going to make your choice based on that. Now, most of the states have less than 100 or right around 100 sightings, and so like any of those, you would do the whole state. But if you were thinking about doing California, when you click on California, you're going to see that there were like like 450 sightings, and so it would be very difficult for you to do all 450. So if that's the case, then you can go through and you can use a cluster of counties now, or one county, depending. It doesn't look like you'd be able to do any county in California. What you would have to do is you would need to get a California map. Just because they're listed in this order does not mean that's the order that they are actually in the state. These are in alphabetical order, so you will need to get a map of California and find a cluster of counties to research, okay? Or, like I said, in most states, like if you were going to choose New Jersey, you could click on New Jersey and you would just do the entire state because there were only 72 sightings in there. Okay. So let's look back at this prediction packet. What you're going to do is you're going to say what county or state you want to research, or counties, and then make your decision. Is it in the United States? Yes or no? Better be yes. Does it have at least 75 data points? Judging by that, you would not be able to do New Jersey because it only has 72. Will it take too long to do the whole thing? And then just bold. If you're like, yes, it'll take too long, you just click on it, bold it, or if no. If you are saying yes, that it's going to take too long to do the whole thing, stop right there and go back up and change it for me. And then we'll be easy to research any of the questions that you have. And then you'll put your final group choice. So it may be that this is your final group choice, but I want you to write it one more time after everyone's agreed on it in your group. Then I want you to describe the physical geography of the county and state you've selected, county or state that you've selected. So again, think back to Ms. Minnick's class and what you've been learning with geography. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to collect your data. You're going to give tally marks. So if you're doing this on the computer, you can use a 1, you can use an X for every time you see one. Whatever is going to be best for you, like somehow tally them on here. You will find those by, if again, I'm going to stick with New Jersey, you would have to go in here to each county. So when I go into Burlington, I see all of the different reports. So this one would be before 1990. So I would put an X in the before 1990 column right here. And then this one was in 2019. And so I would go through, I'll go to 2019 and I'll put a mark there. The other thing that you need to do while you're tallying them this way is think about what month we saw the sighting. Because that could help us learn some of the things that we need to put in Bigfoot species bio. So I think both of these were in June. And so when I'm tallying down here, I'm going to do 2 of them for June. Okay, so you're going to tally them year in one place, month in the other. Okay, and then you're going to create a scatter plot. I have made a video. First, if you are going to do this digitally, feel free to use Desmos.com, and then you'll just screenshot your graph in here. If you're doing this on paper, No problem. Just draw a graph and plot your points. And what you would be plotting is you would have the years since 1990. So here's 1990, 91, 92, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go all the way through to 2020. And then up here would be the number of sightings that you saw in the data. So it'd be 0 sightings, 1 sighting, 2 sightings, 3, 4, 5, all the way up. Okay. Then you're going to use some of our vocab words to describe your scatter plot. What clustering do you see? What outliers? What association? And then what observations do you see about your scatter plot? Think about when is it increasing and decreasing, and why do you think that is? Why do you think the data came out the way it did? So just list any 3 observations that you can come up with here. Weather observations, think about what month you saw the most sightings, and why do you think that is? Research the state and county's weather for these months. What would be the average temperature? What are some of the common weather features of in those months? And then you had a need to know if Bigfoot could survive in different weather elements. And so what do you think based on your observation now, like thinking about the temperature and stuff of when people are most likely to see him in your state that you're choosing? What does that tell you about if Bigfoot can survive different weather elements? And then research, besides Bigfoot, would there be any other reasons that you could think of for this information? Like why are so many people seeing him in July and not January or whatever you find out? And then you're going to do some line of best fit. I want you to start by writing the definition of a line of best fit so you remember what you're doing. And then you're going to go back to your scatter plot and draw a line of best fit on your data. If you don't see one, come talk to me because when you're using real data, sometimes it doesn't look as pretty as the data we've been using in class as far as finding that line of best fit. So please let me help you with that. If you're a bridge kid, just take a picture of it and I'll help you. You are welcome to use Desmos for a line of best fit. And there's a super cool video here and you will thank yourself because then you don't have to like even write the equation yourself. It'll do it for you. So then you'll go through and answer these questions about your line of best fit, thinking back to vocab words. Pages 26 to 28 in your notebook would be very helpful for doing this because it's exactly what we did on pages 26 to 28, 26 and 27 of our notebook. And then you're going to get some time to make predictions based on your graph. And then you're going to use your equation to make predictions. And as you need help with this, please let me know. And then decide what does Y represent for the different months. Oops, this one should say 2021. And then one of your requirements for this group presentation is that you will use math data as a piece of evidence. How can you use this packet to prove or disprove Bigfoot's existence? Here's the rubric that you will be graded on for math. But what I've done, so you can click on that and read more, is I've bullet pointed the things that I think are very important in the rubric that I'll be looking for. Make sure that you can describe important quantities, variables, definitions, and goals of the problem. Use appropriate problem-solving strategy. Hint, this packet is your problem-solving strategy. I'm taking you from the very beginning all the way through the problem-solving process, so you just can talk about how you use this packet. Give and explain logical solutions. You'll want to interpret the results in context of the problem. Use multiple representations. I am going to be looking for your table, your equation, and your graph in your group presentation. So make sure you've got that. And then I'm going to be looking for accuracy in math and the definition. So this blank space here is just like thinking about the final presentation and that you have to use a piece of math evidence. How could this packet help you prove or disprove Bigfoot's existence? And if you need ideas on that, yes, we all know that I am a Bigfoot believer, but even if you disagree with me, I can still help you and have plenty of ideas on how you could use this packet to disprove Bigfoot's existence if you thought you had to do it that way. So hopefully this helps. This will probably be a video you need to come back to often, and feel free to do that. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.